Vincent Everts at the Web Summit. I was ambushed by Frederico, who is from Mozambique, and who says, hey, you need to look at my business because it will change the life of many people. What are you trying to do with your platform, UX, information technology?
So we want to disrupt unemployment at the informal sector, and we're engaging with a technology called USSD, widely available on feature phones with no internet connectivity, to then link people from the informal sector, earning less than $100 a month, to people like myself from middle and upper middle class.
So in Mozambique, 6% of the people have mobile internet, but everybody has a feature phone, and you want to use that, that feature phone to connect people into the job market.
Yes, therefore creating a more inclusive technology that is engaging exactly the people that have access to internet, such as myself, so that we can connect to people that need work opportunities in a much more credible way.
Okay. Who pays for it?
Well, we call this the Robin Hood business model. So we're looking at people that have purchased.
You're stealing from the rich.
I'm not. I'm actually allowing the rich to have more credible and better services through paying a very symbolic price, right? And creating job opportunities for the ones in need.
Okay. So the people who make $100 a month, who are plumbers and woodworkers, they can put advertisement through their feature phone on your platform, and other people can access it through through the web or through the smartphone.
Yes, that's precisely it.
How many people are using it at the moment?
We're piloting this technology in the end of November. We're starting out by looking at TVET centers, which is basically part of the government's agenda to build capacity, but they don't know how to create job opportunities for the same people that then become skilled. So in our pilot phase, we're engaging with them, and we're offering a free solution for them to actually...
Okay, so it starts in, the whole thing starts in Q4?
Yes, precisely.
Okay. So, you speak perfect English, you obviously went to a good school. I mean, why are you interfering with this kind of difficult stuff?
Look, the fact that I live in the bubble doesn't mean that I'm not aware of the country's problems. We're the 10th worst country in the Human Development Index. We're the 6th worst country when it comes to access to drinkable water, and the 2nd worst country when it comes to financial inclusion. Basically, someone needs to take this role and change it.
But you were working for LG, right? What did you do there?
Well, life is good for some, not good for others. That's what I learned.
The corporate world, the corporate world. Okay, so how much? Where do you get your money from to start this company?
So we bootstrapped. We had technical consultancies made for the World Bank, for UNICEF, for PricewaterhouseCoopers. That allows us to build our credibility, but also to earn the revenues that then invested in our own intellectual property. Okay,
let's take a look. So let's ask Thiago how it works. Okay, I have a feature phone, which everybody has.
Yeah, people dial 777 and they're given two options, to register or to search for workers. If you hit register, we'll ask what's your first name and your last name, and then you can select your profession by choosing one of the options. So press 1 for a technician, 2. Yep. After you select your profession, you go to your province, which is the location where you're there, and then inside the city. After that, you can give us a pitch, so describe your services in a SMS style message, and then do you want to register for promotions or not? And if you do yes, all done. This is going to cost you 10 meticais.
How much is 10 meticais?
It's about 5 cents of a euro.
Oh, and then you can promote yourself. Yeah.
And then you're online and you're registered. And then people can go online, and they can now use a smartphone app to actually search for people. So I'll say, I want a plumber, this is in Portuguese, and in this city, in this location, and I have the list of everyone, and I can actually filter them by price, quality, or time. And if I like this guy, I select, and I can actually call them. And now we go from an app to a feature phone, because in order for us to charge, you need to accept, and we'll send a message for you that's going to be charged.
Okay.
The whole system.
Okay, what do you do for the company?
I'm the co-founder and R&D lead now.
So this is interesting. How do you get these people together of a totally different lifestyle? And I thought it was inspiring. And yeah, Frederico cannot talk anymore because he already has interest from an investor. So far, from the website. I found out Thiago used to study in Leiden.
Yes, Leiden University.
Okay. And you went back to Mozambique. I mean, why? Obviously, you get a very, very low salary if you go back to Zimbabwe or Mozambique.
Actually, no, it's the opposite. With proper education, you can get really high salaries in Mozambique, up to 8,000 euro per month. Yeah. And it's crazy. And I used to be...
The rest of the country earns... Well, let's take a look at what the rest of the country earns. I mean, you say it's 5% formal and 95% informal?
Meaning, in Mozambique, most of the fixed jobs that actually pay salaries, we only have a total of 700,000 jobs in total of all time in Mozambique.
My God, I don't go further. Wow, that's amazing. Go to the next slide.
And then only 5% of the economy is formal, and this is why we developed these two platforms. And Emprego is targeted at the formal market, and it's only 9% of the people that have access to the internet. So these are the people that use Emprego. These are the people that actually get proper jobs, jobs that pay taxes, that pay insurance and everything.
And the rest?
And the rest simply doesn't have access to that. Has access to these basic phones. 62% have access to phones, and this is why we're demoing to you the technology that allows them to get to the formal market.
Okay. Wow, you have 8% growth.
Yes, Mozambique has been growing ever since the credit crunch and even before, 8%, but we're still at the bottom of the human development rank. We're the 10th worst country in the world for human development.
Yeah. So in November the new platform is going live, but you already have a platform, right? And that's called Emprego?
Emprego means job in Portuguese, literally, and these are a few figures of how it's been performing. It's currently one of the biggest websites in Mozambique. We're doing 15,000 visits every day. But remember, these are only for internet users. Biscat, which is the one for feature phones, is the one that's really going to change the game.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, this board has already 10 million visits and 1.5 users, and that is on the internet, and now you're going to expand it to go to the feature phones.
Exactly. This is how we want to grow now.
Okay, and you gave up this $8,000 working for the World Bank. This is a nice job. You made a lot of money, and you don't need much money to live, I guess, in Mozambique.
Yeah. Things are relatively cheap. It's still more expensive than Lisbon, for instance.
Really?
But yeah, for housing and for everything. But
if you want first-class housing, it's expensive. Yes, and why did you give this $8,000 job to go to do this startup?
I mean, it made more sense for me to change people's life and to build something that potentially can be much bigger than just have a 9-to-5 job.
Okay. Well, he studied in Leiden, so something good came out of it because he's now trying to improve life of lots of other people. Thank you very much. Hey, Frederico, what did you make as a country manager LG?
I did a bit over $6,000, everything paid for, like car allowance and phone allowance.
How much do you make in UX information technology?
When I became a full-time entrepreneur, I made $1,000 a month.
Why?
Why? Because someone was paying me to be sad. And now I feel that what I'm doing is so relevant, and I really enjoy my lifestyle.
Good luck.